Hello students, my name is Nisha and in this video we are going to perform a practical that is feature transformation on the given data set. So first of all, what is feature transformation? So in a very simple term, a feature transformation is a process in which you are trying to change the data that is available into your data set. Okay, so now there are different techniques are available using which you can do this feature transformation. Now out of those many techniques we will be focusing on these three techniques, out of which the first one is your normalization, second one is aggregation function, and the third one is the smoothing. So in normalization also there are four types of normalization techniques that are available, but from that out of those four types we are going to focus on only the second one, that is minimum maximum normalization technique. You can also do the other one as well, but we will be focusing on the minimum maximum normalization. So let's get started. So first of all, this is the formula that is available for normalization, that is minimum maximum normalization technique. This is the formula which you have to use. So now what we are doing, we are first again taking some libraries, that is we are importing numpy, we are importing pandas, we are creating a data frame in which there are 4 columns are there and 4 rows are there. These are the content of that data set. Now in this content, if you observe that the first column, the data of the first column is in terms of thousands. It is in terms of lakhs, 1,80,000, 3,60,000, 2,30,000, and so on and so forth. In the second column, if you see, the data are in terms of thousand. In the third column, if you see, the data is in the float, and in the fourth one it is again in the terms of 1,000, 1,000, 1,800, and so on and so forth. Now if you observe, here the data is in terms of lakhs, here it is in hundreds, here it is in decimals, so there is no uniformity in the data. Okay, in the data set the data is not uniform, they are different. Some of them are in points, some of them are in hundred, some of them are in thousand. So what happened, whenever we use such kind of a data in your for your machine learning or for some other purpose, so there might be some problem. So to remove that problem, we are doing this normalization. We are using this normalization technique. So in normalization, basically we convert each and every element of this data set and we bring it into a common range. We make this data uniform. Okay, so that we are going to see. So here I had created this data set. I had stored this data set in a variable df. I am just printing that df. First time I am just printing it. So after printing, you will be getting the data in this format. You can see the column names are there, rows, there are 4 rows are there, and the data is got printed. Now next what I am doing, I am just copying that data into a variable called as df underscore minimum underscore maximum underscore scale. So this is the name of the variable where I am just copying this entire data. Now I am using one for loop, and inside this for loop I am just trying to change each and every data of this data set. So for column in this variable, that is this one, इसके जो भी columns के अंदर जो भी data है, I am just trying to change that data. So this is the formula which I am implementing. Here you can see I am using the formula which is been used. So the formula you can see is x minus minimum of x. X minus minimum of x. So x is nothing but your original data, that is this one, 1,80,000, minus minimum of x, matlab in this column whatever is the minimum value. So this is the minimum value 60,000. So basically it is 1,80,000 minus 60,000 divided by maximum of x, that is 3,60,000 minus minimum of x, which is 60,000. So this formula we had tried and implemented over here. So df minimum maximum scale minus, again from that column minimum value, divided by in that column only maximum, minus minimum. This is the formula which I had applied. Whatever answer you are getting, you are storing that answer in this variable. I am printing that variable. So once you do print, so you can see over here the data, all the data has been got converted, and now each and every data is represented in a decimal format. See, each and every data has been represented in a decimal format. Now we want to represent it in the matrix format. So what we are doing here, we are just importing one more library, minimum maximum scalar, and here we are specifying the range of the data, that is 0, 1. So this is the range in which the data should be there. Okay, so I am just applying this minimum maximum scalar with this feature parameter set as 0, 1, and whatever answer is coming, that is getting stored in scalar. Now next, I am taking one variable called as scale underscore data, wherein I am just applying this fit transformation function on df along with this scalar cutting, and at the end I am just printing this scalar. So you can see once that particular command is been executed, now you will get the data in a matrix format, where if your data is 0.4000, so only it will display 0.4, remaining all the zeros will be excluded. If your data is 1.000, so it will just exclude the data 1.000. If your data is 0.566, so he will not exclude it, he will include that entire all the numbers after decimal. अगर वो decimal के बाद 000 है तो he will discard that. Otherwise if you have some other number, let's see over here 0 point के बाद I have 1509443, so here he is supposed to include that data. लेकिन अगर decimal के बाद आपके सारे zeros है, so he will discard that zeros. So this is what is your normalization technique. We had normalized our this data into this one. Now the data is between 0 and 1 ka range. So this is the first part of the feature transformation.
Okay students, so now let us move to the next part of the practical. So in the second part we have to apply aggregation function. So to apply this feature transformation, we will be using two Excel sheet which is in a CSV format, and we will apply aggregation function on them. So for that, this is the header file. So these are the modules which we are supposed to import, that is pandas, numpy, and so on and so forth. So I'll just run this. There is no errors are there, then you can move to the next command. In the next command we are basically reading the content of our Excel sheet. Now in my case the Excel sheet I had stored in my drive. You can see I had mounted my drive. So first you have to mount your drive in your Google Colab. Then you have to use your My Drive. Your My Drive will get shared. Now inside My Drive there will be one folder. I had made a folder A in my Colab notebooks. I had kept my Excel sheet in this folder, that is in folder named as A. Okay, so here you can see inside this A folder I have my meal_csv. This is the first file which you have to read, and the second file is train.csv. This is my second file. So you just need to give the path of these files. So first you have to click on these three dots. You will be able to see copy path. Just copy path and you have to paste it over here. So this is my first file which I am reading using read_csv command. I am using head command to display starting 5 records from this file. In the similar manner, you have to read the other file also, that is the second file which is train.csv. Again the procedure is same. You have to just read, you have to just go wherever you have saved that Excel sheet. You have to just say copy path, copy the path of that file and paste it in this section and paste it over here. Again I had used head command to display starting 5 records of that particular file. Now in the case of meal_info, I had created a variable that is df_meal. So in this variable my data is being stored. Same thing in the case of train. While reading the content of train.csv, I had created a variable df_food, and my entire Excel sheet has been read in this variable. Now once the data has been read, you can see the data available over here using the head command. The next thing is that we are going to merge these two Excel sheets. We will be merging two Excel sheets. Now to merge two files, there should be some common column should be there. So here we can see in our meal_info file, we have one column named as meal ID. You can see this meal ID is available over here. Similarly, if you observe the columns of your train.csv file, that is this file, So here also we have this mail ID is available. So these two columns are same, mail ID from the mail underscore info and mail ID from the train.csv. So इस दोनों file में we have this column similar. So we can merge both the files. If the columns are, if you don't have any column similar, then you cannot merge the file. There should be one column which is similar, and using that only you can merge it. Okay, so to merge the file, this is the command we are using. We are saying pd.merge, in round bracket we are specifying which file you want to merge, which data you want to merge. So I want to merge the first data, that is df underscore food, which is nothing but this one where I am reading my train.csv, comma, second file is my df underscore meal, which is nothing but my this file where I am reading the info ka thing, and I am saying on which column, on the basis of which column do I want to merge. So I want to merge on the basis of mail underscore id. Now remember one thing, all these all the name of this column should be similar as it is mentioned in the CSV format in your Excel sheet. You don't have to change the case of the column. If you change it, you will get the error. So this is how you have to merge it. Now let us just run this thing and see. Okay, it is saying df underscore food is not defined. Okay, let me just run this part once again. Okay, this is done. Now I'll run it once again. Okay, now you can see the error has been gone. So here you can see now, see in my mail underscore info, I had a column category and cuisine. Okay, column as category was one of the column and cuisine was the other column. So that these two columns are now added in my train.csv. See, earlier in my train.csv I am not having any column named as category or cuisine. Okay, so after merging it, now I had got this category and cuisine column available, so which is an indication ki both the table has been merged. So this is the next thing which you have to see. You have to use df command and see whether the data has been merged properly or not. Okay, now let us move ahead. I will use pivot underscore table function. Okay, now this function is used to apply our aggregation concept. Okay, so in pivot underscore table I'll specify my data. The first parameter is on what data do you want to apply your pivot table. So the data is my df, so this is nothing but my df. This entire merged wala thing is my df. This entire table in which I had merged, this is my df. So that on what category do I want to find the aggregation मुझे किस column पे apply करना है. So I need to apply it on the category columns and on the basis of numbers of order. So here I have one category column and numbers of order. So I am specifying those things in the parameter as index and value. And at the end, last parameter, I am specifying what type of aggregation function do I need to use. We have different aggregation function like minimum, maximum, sum. Okay, so here in this case I am going to find out I am going to apply sum wala aggregation function. So I had specified np.sum. And whatever answer come, I am storing in a variable called table, and at the end I am printing that table ka thing. So once you print, you will get the output in this format. Now here you can see in categories, all the categories is been specified along with the numbers of orders. Okay, so this is what is the pivot table ka result. So this is this much. Up till here is your aggregation function. Now as you know that in the beginning I had told you that we will be doing three things in feature transformation. That is, the first one is normalization, which we had done earlier. Then the aggregation function, this is also done. Next one is smoothing. So now we have to do this smoothing ka thing. Now for smoothing we are using the concept of binning. Okay, now let us see. So binning is one of the method which is used to smoothen your data. Okay, so now let us just quickly go to that part. So for smoothing, we are again using the same data set. There is no change in the data set. So we are going with this data set only, that is DF वाला जिसमें हमने merge करके रखा था. So this data set only we are using, and from this data we will be smoothing this base price वाला part. This column we are going to smoothen. Okay, we will be using this column to represent the binning operation. So coming here, I am using one histogram. I will be using a hist function to plot my output in a histogram format. Okay, so basically it is plot dot histogram hist. In a round bracket I am specifying on which column for which column I need to plot the histogram, that is base price. These are some optional parameters. R width is nothing but the width of your bar. Alpha is nothing but the shade of this particular bar. Then color, which color do you want that histogram. Bin, now this is the important parameter, matlab how many in how many groups do you want, basically in how many groups do you want to divide the data of this base price. So here I have specified 15. ठीक है, तो you will be observing कि यहाँ पे आपको जो horizontal vertical bars होंगे वो approximately 15 तक आपको मिलेंगे. So it is 1 2 3 4, if you count, so it is coming nearby 15. And edge color is nothing but the edge color of this bar, edge color of this bar, that is red. Again label, X label is my base price, so you can see Y label is my distinct order, and title, so I had given one title over here, inspecting price effect, and plot dot show will display this. As in when you change, if I'll run this program, if I'll run, I'll get this particular thing. If you change this thing from 15 to let's say 20, okay, 15 to 20, and you will run it, so this time the horizontal vertical bars you will get 20. The data remains same, only now he is making the category or the group of 20 elements. So one, if you count, so again this is 20. If you change this from 0.9 to let's say 0.1, see the difference what you will get. See, can you see the thickness is of the bar graph has been changed. If you keep this 9 only, let's say, and if you change this alpha ka value, let's say 0.1, the shade of that black will get changed. See over here, earlier the shade was too dark, now it has become little bit gray. Okay, so these are some optional parameters which are used to beautify your output. So if you want, you can use it, otherwise again as I told you, these are the optional thing. The main thing is your bin, in which you just specify how many groups you have to make. So that's all in this video. See you in the next class. Thank you so much.